Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another War and Order video. Thank you, Camel Games, for sponsoring the channel and sponsoring today's video. I will show you some attacks today. I will be doing solo PvP attacks. Very specific that I'm saying this. Solo PvP attacks. If you are a fan of the game, if you've been playing the game already, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't started playing the game, I will have a download link in the description and comments of today's video. So let's get started. What are solo attacks? It does not need any introduction. You are on your own. You don't use a rally to attack. You're using your own troops and you're trying to find opponents to take them down in order to get some goodies, to get some rewards, resources in order to improve your account. And that's what I'll be doing today. I'll show you guys on how I do this on my own. I try to not attack any enemies' farms. It's very important. If you attack enemies' farms, and then you might have issues with your guild and how each guild has an alliance with each other. So make sure you do a little bit of research before you just blindly send something. If you don't care, just go ahead. But it's very important when you find an enemy, let's just say any enemy, that you send first a scout in there in order to know what you're up against, so you don't kill your troops and basically sacrifice everything for no reason. So let's find our first target. All right, let's send our scouts to this location right here. We'll have to see on what kind of defense this guy is running. And once we know that, then we'll know what to send from our own troops. Okay, so we just got our scout report. Let's check it out to see what this guy is all about. So he does have some resources here, some saved resources, some not harvested resources. And then his army looks like tier 4s. This should be an easy win for me, as I do have tier 7s. I have odds. So that's how it works. Odds and evens in terms of the tiers that you have. When you do have an overwhelming power against an enemy, you don't really care about the tiers that you have and what kind of armies you're sending. So have that in mind. But when you are fighting somebody that has much closer tiers to you, then you want to be sending, for example, if it's against mages, you want to be sending, if it's against cavalry, you want to be sending in mages. If it's against infantry, you want to be sending archers, and in that way to try to get the advantage over the opponent. So for this one, I'll just send a couple of troops. I don't think we'll face any issue to clear this one out. So we'll just send some troops and I'll show you on how the attack looks. So we just click on attack here. Okay, you can save different formations as you want. So let's go and set some formations for our queue number 2. So what I want to do is not have everybody go in there. I want to do some, I'm just going to do cavalry this time with mages. So let's do cavalry, mages. I'm not going to send angels. The angels are very important later on, so you don't want to be sending them for just no reason whatsoever. So what I'm do is cavalry, mages. I'm not going to send in the small troops. Those are basically not useful at all. And once you have set up your formation, you should be good to go. You can choose to use your beast. It really depends on how much stamina your beast has available. If it doesn't have a lot, you can just click it off and not go with it. For this attack, I don't think I'll need my beast. So let's just set it out. It will take 8 minutes, but of course you can attack speed up if you do have these resources right here called the March speed up. So if you do like 50% here, that the attack duration is halved. If I do this again, it's halved again, and it loses basic power the more times you use it. So don't use them blindly, because these are very difficult to get. I've used 3 now just to show you guys, and my troops should be like 50 seconds away before we get to attack this enemy. As you can see, my attack is already showing for my alliance, but I haven't done a rally attack. It's very different than a rally attack. A rally attack, basically, you set up a banner saying, okay, I will be attacking this enemy in 5 minutes time. So other players get like a notification. If they want to join you, they will do so. It's not recommended to do that. It really depends on how active your alliance is. And for now, that's why I'm showcasing solo PvP battles against different enemies. So about 4, 3, 2 seconds, we'll be reaching the enemy here. There we go. We attacked it, and then my army is withdrawing. Let's have a look at the report. Okay, it's successful. I lost a few units. But we did manage to acquire all of these resources. 28,000 grain, 20,000 lumber, and 1,000 stone. Right? Let's have a look at the video replay just to see on how our cavalry worked against that. Look at that, just overpowering them really with the power of this cavalry. The panda is really doing the most damage. So here I could have probably used some archers as well. So with this one, you can actually press the replay, have a look at it again, and just understand better on how your army is doing against their own army. So let's go back. My army needs about 8 minutes, 7 minutes to withdraw, and I will be able to have a look at what we did in terms of just healing everybody. Let's go back to our castle, and once our troops are back, we'll probably see everybody here in order to heal them back up. Okay, now we found a level 17 enemy. This should be even better for us. Let's have a look at the player info. Looks very interesting. He doesn't look like he's a part of any alliance, so that's good for me. Let's send in a scout. He's actually very close to me, so I am sending a scout in order to see him. I have troops withdrawing right now, so I will have to attack basically with infantry and archers, but I really want to see what he has on his defense, because as I said, you should be matching on what he has, and then even sending in your beast, which I will be sending. My phoenix attacks the backline pretty nice. So with that in mind, I just want to see what the scout has to say just right now when we go and check him out. He has 63,000, about 3 times what the other guy had. Got a dragon. Is that all through the scout report? Can't really check on his defense. Probably has he has an upgraded watchtower. I believe it's the watchtower that provides him more the ability to hide everything. So is it just his dragon? So this should be a really easy one. Let's see. Was this basically like a free attack? So let me just send in nobody, and let's not send our beast. Let's just send in the swordsman and the archers here. Let's set out to attack. Let's do 25%, 25%. Look at how bad this is, because if you do 25%, it's 25% of the current time. So have that in mind. It's not 25% of the total time when you started. It's 25% of the current time. So if it's 10 seconds, then it's 7.5. So it's not going to drop by another 2.5 when you click on it again. So you lose out on the efficiency if you keep spamming these, and it's wasteful a lot. So once the time is right, we'll go in there and see how this goes. It should be a pretty clear win. We see the animations here. That's how it looks, and it's burning. So we did a really good job there in attacking this one. And let's have a look. 63,076. And how many losses do we have? 24 and 3. This was basically like an easy win, and we picked up another 63,000 of all the resources we needed. So let's do a couple more attacks and see how that goes. If you ever catch somebody that has this bubble on top of them, well, yes, you guessed it right. You cannot attack them. He's basically protected. This is usually for newer players out there. You can also use your own bubbles if you know you'll be away from the game for a couple of hours, a set amount of hours. You can use your own bubble, and you can purchase it from the Alliance shop, the normal shop, and I believe one more place can give the bubbles for free. Okay, we just found another easy enemy here. I'm basically gonna just throw very small amounts of troops onto that guy, and with that basically get some free stuff. So let's go and find this guy. So I'll just send in very little amount of troops. So I'm probably gonna send my lower troops, these ones, which I'm not gonna use. So let's send some infantry and some tier 6 archers. Let's not send everything. Just go with that, and we should be fine. Make sure I'm not using my beast or the totem, because I'm going to use it in something else. That's going to take 14 minutes. So this guy is quite far away. So let's have that 7 minutes, 3.5 minutes, and we should be able to see the rewards recap in just a bit. I don't expect him to have lots of resources from the scout. He looked to have very little, but I'm just showing you guys what to do when you try to do some PvP and how everything works in terms of the attacks, the speed ups, the troops that you're using against their troops, and how you can combo different attack formations in order to do multiple attacks at the same time. Okay, we found this guy. He has a lord level of 24, castle level of 14, so it might be an interesting fight. I will send out my scout And let's see what we have in store against this guy. Okay, the scout report is back. It seems that today is my lucky day. This guy also has a panda there, basically. So what I'll do is just send a very easy attack, as you guys seen before. And that should give me some goodies. Let's send in some cavalry. Let's do 2,000. And then, actually, no, I'm not going to send the tier 7s. Let's send the remaining of what I had before from tier 6s. Set it out, and we should see our rewards. Our other attack is going forward. Very fine. About 22 seconds left. They're going through. They're going to hit a very simple defense. As you guys saw, I'm scouting out for these ones specifically to gain resources and farm them pretty quickly, comparing it to just attacking some very difficult targets where I would get lots of losses. And that's a strategy that you can use. But of course, it does take more time and effort in order to research the targets and find those loners out there that don't have a proper defense set up. And the reward is there. Let's have a look. Barely any losses. 8 losses there, barely any losses. And the rewards are 28,000, 36, and 4,000. Just like that. In less than 20 minutes, I've been doing this and gaining some awesome amount of resources. All right, guys, so I just sent out another scout report. I wanted to check out this guy that I saw, and it doesn't look like a target that I wanted to go. I'll give you guys an example. This is also part of a guild. It might, stir some things up if you attack somebody that's part of a guild when you're just out farming resources, right? So what I wanted to do here is just scout this guy out just to see. He's only got 30,000 grain, 20,000 wood. It's not worth the effort to go against all of this army that is tier 6. I have tier 7s. Okay, I could potentially be of an advantage against this guy, but is it worth it? Not in my eyes. He's got angels. He's got angels are pretty strong on defense from what I know, and he's got lots of tier 5s as well. It just doesn't look like it's worth it to go against this guy for 20,000 resources. If there was a way to steal everything, then maybe I could consider it, but it's just not worth it. And that's why you should be sending out your scouts as early as possible. Just send out a scout and see what's up, and then come back and say, all right, I'm gonna call it. So that is PvP. That is solo PvP. It gets kind of boring, especially if you're sending out scouts all the time. You're not finding what you want. But if you find out those loners and get some resources, then that's great. And if you want to be saving up your resources when you get attacked, guys, on defense, you gotta make sure that your depot is at the highest level possible. So let me show you guys my depot. At this point, I am able to protect it up to 500,000 food, wood, and 100,000 stone and iron. So from what you guys see here on the top, I basically have everything protected except for a little bit of food, grain, as I've been calling it, for this fight. So that was the video for today, guys. Check out the game down below. There's going to be a download link in the description of today's video and comments of today's video. Thank you, Camel Games, again for sponsoring today's video and the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.